we in Tawniya a big believer in the value-based healthcare as we see it, the journey moving forward and how we gonna run our healthcare industry. To reach this sustainable industry, we need to embrace the principle and apply the transformation based on the value-based healthcare. What we started in Tawniya to facilitate this journey, first establishing the why this is important. So we have an open communication with our stakeholders, clients, or can be the beneficiaries, our stakeholder, the employers who are the payer for the insurance, and also for our very important partners in the journey who are the provider, the care providers. So we started with an open communication, why this is important for all of us to have a win-win. This journey need to be embraced and we need to have action on how to navigate this journey. The second important move, what we've done with Tawniya, is data. Because data is the foundation for the real transformation. So we established a strong foundation how to retrieve data, how to analyze data, and then we have an open conversation with our stakeholders on how to navigate, how to move the needle in this very important yet not easy journey. So I would say the foundation that we are embracing during the journey is communication and alignment with the stakeholders on what is important and why we need to do this. Then we started with the how, which is built on a very strong data and open communication on data. So innovation is for us in Tawniya is now part of the DNA. We have a high expectation from all our stakeholders on board to come with innovative solution to complex problems. And definitely navigating through the journey of value-based healthcare is our focus in Tawniya, this journey. So we started with innovative approach on how to retrieve data. So we brought and engage with our client on many digital platform and analytics on how, among all these wealth of data, how to focus on what important things to measure. And when I say important thing to measure, it's from all aspects. For the clients, how can we come up with innovative approaches to measure what's important for our clients? And with the many wearables devices, with the smart phones, with all these tools that are available to us, we now have a new ways on communicating with our patient to hear out of them what matters to them. The other innovation that we are trying currently or piloting with our provider, it comes to the contracting. How can we have a smart contracting way of measuring the KPIs embedded in the contract built? So we have so many services that we provide to our clients. So with our provider, we have piloted many programs. Wherever we come out with a service, encompass in that service KPIs that matter for the experience, matter for the finance, and also matter for the clinical outcomes for us to have visibility. So I would say smart contracting to enable the expedited way of embedding KPIs in the contractual process. So I would say the biggest two innovation that we are working on, direct communication with our patient to measure what really matters with them, and direct communication with other provider how to build or encompass the KPIs about the AAA with experience, with the clinical outcome, and the finance in the contractual process. We started with the new packages and services, and so far there's a great potential how to expedite this. I think the open communication is the foundation for the journey. So we think Tawniya embraced the open communication. So we have to open the many of data sharing. And when we share data, we're very cautious and sensitive for the client privacy. Other than that, we have open channel to communicate directly and timely with our clients about how they are performing when it comes to the triple aim, with the experience, with the clinical outcomes, and with the financial parameters. And we find our provider are very receptive and open. So I think the more transparent and open communication using the technology is the way to go forward. We embrace what we call now in our تعاونية provider portal. So every single provider have access to the portal where they can see timely what they are doing financially, what they are doing from the customer experience, and what they are doing from the clinical outcomes for our clients. So we didn't need to wait for the year end to see how we can navigate how we do our contractual process, what issues we need to tackle, but through the open communication using the advanced technology. I think it is the way forward on navigating the journey of the value-based healthcare. I think if you go back to my answer to all previous question, you will find data comes there. It is the engine for our transformation. I'm a quality person by background, and I still remember the famous Dimmick statement when he said, "In God we believe, for the rest bring data." So actually everything we do is built on data. Data is the new oil for this generation, for this era of the industry. So we have a very robust AI and advanced analytic for our L data, because data is only good enough if it translated to information that you actually execute. We have very advanced analytics tool and AI empowered that we can press even for our customers, even those who are not yet engaged in active care. We do a risk prediction model for our clients because we want to be proactive. For every تعاونية client today, I can tell you what his likely risk of developing, for example, diabetes in coming 2, 3, 6 months. We can tell you which section of our high-risk patients are more likely to be readmitted in the coming 3 or 1 month. So we built a lots of action and programs built on data that we have an open channel for our clients, being their beneficiaries, being the provider or the policy owner, to come and work with us how we can use the data to move from a reactive care to a proactive care, how to shift the focus from disease to health, and how to shift the focus from volume to value. Let me start with a very important aspect of why we think we have a special reason to succeed in Saudi. The healthcare is part of the 2030 transformation plan. So whatever we do in health is part of an overall transformation journey that the whole nation is going through. Why this is important? Because as we know, health is not only provided in hospital and in health insurance, it's actually impacted by all the other stakeholders, about the food, about the supplier, about the facility, about the infrastructure, about the traffic. And we have a policy for health in all policies, just to make sure everybody align on a very important principle about health, promoting wellness and the prevention. And we in health transformation get a very clear direction from the government that is binding for the private and the public sector, that the prevention is the most important aspect of care provision, wellness is the ultimate goal, and the value-based healthcare principle is to be embraced and apply them both in public and the private sector. So we all know where is North is when it comes to healthcare transformation. And the great thing that we were given a great enabler to help us go through this journey, which is the data standardization and data exchange. So we have Nafis, which is our national platform for health insurance exchange. It is actually the platform that all the private sector, whether a provider or insurer, are obliged to use. By rule, they have to use a single standard platform for data exchange, for a claim, for approval, for financial exchange, for clinical data. That gives us as a nation a one platform to exchange data. So we have all a reference to share data. We all using the same definition, and we all going through the same journey, knowing where North is. So I think having a clear direction how success look like, and enabling that journey by having a standardized platform for data sharing and exchange.